guys, it's Tat from All Ages Geek. We're here with a very special guest, Diana Helen oh my god. You know, I practiced your name before and I know you, and I can't even say your last name, and it's the most easy last name. Anyway, Diana Helen Kennedy, a voice actress, which is very interesting. We're here at Pax East 2025, and we're going to ask you a little bit about your career and all your creative endeavors.
So excited, can't wait.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name's Diana Helen Kennedy, in case you missed that before. Originally from Jersey, living in Boston, and I get to do voice acting outside of my house, and I do audio dramas, animation, video games, audiobooks, live action dubbing, all kinds of fun, cool stuff.
What made you start voice acting?
Well, I've been a theater actor since I was 4. I love to tell this story about how I got to see Sarah Jessica Parker play Annie on Broadway when I was 4, and I was like hooked on theater after that. But I was a COVID product of voice acting, and I've stuck with it ever since because it's a really nice, flexible job where I get to be creative, and I've met so many great people.
What's like one piece of advice you would give to someone who was like, I kind of want to start voice acting, not really sure how to like put my toes in there. Like, what kind of advice would you give to someone like that?
Okay, there's an awesome website called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com by D. Bradley Baker, and it is so thorough. I go out and give talks about how to get started in voice acting, but that's the thing that I tell everybody at the end. It's like everything that I've just told you in this talk and more. So I would say definitely start there, and also find other people who are doing it and make new friends.
Yeah. Would you say the voice acting community is like relatively a positive thing? Like you can you did mention making new friends and stuff, but relatively is it like a positive space?
These are the most welcoming people that I have ever met, and like out of any kind of media, like theater, like film, like whatever, like it's such a welcoming community and such an accepting community, and we're all here to help each other. It's very rare that you find like a so-called rotten apple, but I've just adored everybody that I've come across.
And since you did start with theater, like, is there some things about acting that seem a little different when you're like doing voice acting?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a curve. I mean, first of all, you're your own audio engineer, so that's a big part of it. And then also you have to learn to act with just your voice. You don't get the luxury of body language or being able to react to another person. So there's definitely things to learn there, and I definitely recommend coaching, even if you have acting experience.
Yeah, and then I have a few little questions left for you, but without breaking NDAs, of course, what has been your biggest like success story as an actor?
Getting to voice Amy in I Married a Monster on a Hill.
Oh my God!
Valentine's Day is pointless, he says, as I spent the last 7+ years hearing him complain about how I never spent time with him on Valentine's Day. Make it make sense. You don't need to be guilt-tripped into, "Oh, Amy, why didn't you go with me? I'm gonna lose. Wah!" Or, "Wah, Clyde is with me." No time for that. Too tired.
You should do voice impressions. You sound just like him.
That's insulting.
She's my favorite.
It's okay, we're gonna leave it in there.
Okay. She's one of my favorite characters, but also getting to work in animation is such a huge thing for me. That's like one of the things that I wanted to do when I first learned about voice acting. Like watching Inspector Gadget as a kid. Like it's just one of those things. Like back then, I didn't even know that voice actors existed. Like I thought people would draw cartoons and they just come with a voice. But that's just being a kid for you.
Yeah. And then my last question for you is, where can people find you to like support everything that you have going on?
My website is www.dianahelenkennedy.com.
Thank you so much for doing the interview with us. Bye, guys.
How is Mrs. Penelope?
Sadly, Mrs. Penelope von Snorsenheimer passed away last year.
Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's all right. She led a long and fulfilled life. Went out choking on a truffle. That's about all you can ask for as a micro pig.
Go on. I'll lock up behind us.
Climb in then, mortal. Watch out, the ceiling is low.
My escape route is built perfectly to meet my needs. It's not my fault you were too tall.
Pardon me, Kira,
But would you like me to dim the lights? Should I assume you're still sulking then?
I'm not sulking, I'm thinking.
Yes, Kira. I was wondering if you had a destination in mind yet. I find the idea of just traveling with no specific objective a little disturbing.
911, this call is being recorded. What is your emergency?
I'm inside the Los Sueños Postal Service in East Los Sueños, and near the airport. There's someone shooting here.
Okay, sir. What happened?
No. And he spends his time at the office all day. He does a little bit of overtime, but always manages to get back before dinner. I don't see anything suspicious or immoral about that. My hobbies include riding my motorcycle, working out, and avoiding my totally obnoxious husband, Reginald.
Where'd my girl Amy go? Amy, where are you?
If anyone ever needs advice on how to avoid someone, please let me know. I have all the tactics.
There's never enough to go around. If you didn't live such a soft, overfed life, you would know that.